Imagine waking up to headlines that reveal the world's debts are settled not in dollars, but in secret gold ledgers. The news would send shockwaves through every corner of society, upending everything we thought we knew about money and power. News anchors panic as they explain that while we trusted digital money, the real power was always in gold, traded by a hidden elite. The world's financial system, it turns out, is built on foundations far older and more secretive than we ever imagined. This isn't fiction, it's the shadow reality of our financial system. While we go about our daily lives, a parallel world operates in the darkness, where decisions are made that shape the fate of nations. Leaked images show vast, underground vaults, not just in Fort Knox, but in secretive locations worldwide. These vaults are heavily guarded, their contents hidden from public scrutiny, holding unimaginable wealth. The true masters of finance aren't trading stocks. They're moving gold, the oldest and most trusted form of money. Every bar exchanged is a silent transaction of power, a deal made far from the eyes of regulators and the public. The money in your pocket? Just part of a show to keep us spending. The digital numbers in your bank account are little more than illusions, designed to keep the wheels of commerce turning while the real wealth is locked away. Behind the curtain, gold is the real currency of power. It's the asset that never loses its value, the ultimate insurance policy for those who truly rule the world. Why the secrecy? Because whoever controls the gold controls everything. Gold is influence, leverage, and security all rolled into one, and its true owners are determined to keep it that way. For decades, a small, unelected group has held this control, hidden from public view. Their meetings are never televised, their names rarely mentioned, yet their decisions ripple across the globe. Governments call gold a barbarous relic, but they hoard it for themselves. Publicly, they downplay its importance, but privately, they know gold is the ultimate backstop in times of crisis. The answer is simple: control. Gold is the key to maintaining dominance, and those who possess it hold the fate of economies in their hands. The world's financial system is a stage, and we're not in the audience. We're the ones being fooled. The real drama unfolds behind closed doors, where the stakes are higher than we can imagine. The real game is played in gold, and we were never invited. As the curtain falls, we're left to wonder, who truly holds the power, and what else are they hiding from us? Meet the Bank for International Settlements, known as the BIS, the world's most powerful secretive financial institution. Despite its low profile, the BIS quietly shapes the global economy from the shadows, influencing decisions that affect billions of people every day. Nestled in Basel, Switzerland, the BIS is often called the central bank for central bankers. It's a place where the world's most influential financial leaders gather to coordinate policies and steer the direction of international finance. Ordinary people can't open accounts here. The BIS serves only the world's central banks, making it an exclusive club at the very top of the financial pyramid. The BIS operates above national laws, enjoying diplomatic immunity and inviolable premises. Its staff and assets are protected from interference by any government, giving it a unique status in the world of finance. Officially, the BIS promotes global financial cooperation, helping central banks work together to maintain stability and prevent crises. Unofficially, it manages the world's secret gold market, acting as a discreet intermediary for nations moving vast sums of wealth behind closed doors. Roughly 10% of the world's official gold reserves are stored in its vaults, hidden deep beneath the BIS headquarters, protected by layers of security. When countries settle debts, the BIS simply shifts gold bars from one shelf to another. No trucks, no headlines, just silent transactions that escape public attention. This hidden power allows the BIS and its members to influence economies and currencies without public scrutiny, quietly shaping the fate of nations from behind closed doors. While we're told that gold is obsolete in the modern world, central bankers still treat it as the ultimate form of money, a timeless store of value that underpins the financial system. The secrecy surrounding the BIS helps maintain confidence in paper currencies, a magic trick that hides the true source of power and wealth in the global economy. In the end, the BIS is the magician behind the curtain, orchestrating the world's financial illusions while the rest of us watch, unaware of the real game being played. When most people think of gold, they picture glittering necklaces, family heirlooms, or maybe a pirate's chest overflowing with coins. It's seen as something old-fashioned, a relic from the past, or just a flashy accessory. But for the world's elite, the people who truly pull the strings, gold is much more than decoration. It's the bedrock of their power, a silent force that underpins entire economies and empires. Unlike stocks, bonds, or even cash, gold has no counterparty risk. Its value isn't based on someone else's promise or a government's guarantee. It stands alone, immune to default or manipulation. That's why central banks around the world hoard it in heavily guarded vaults. For them, gold is the ultimate insurance policy. If currencies collapse or markets crash, gold remains as the last line of defense. Think of it as the break glass in case of emergency asset, a lifeline when all else fails. Throughout history, entire wars have been fought over gold. Empires have risen and fallen in pursuit of it, and fortunes have been made and lost on its promise. Nations go to extraordinary lengths to protect their gold, building impenetrable fortresses and deploying armed guards to keep it safe. Unlike paper money, which can be printed at will and loses value over time, gold is finite. You can't just create more of it out of thin air. Its scarcity is what gives it enduring value. At the highest levels, when trust is scarce and stakes are high, international debts are often settled in gold. It's the ultimate form of payment, accepted everywhere, trusted by all. The Bank for International Settlements acts as the secretive middleman, quietly moving gold between nations to keep the system balanced. This hidden plumbing of gold flows beneath the surface, quietly keeping the global financial system running smoothly, even when chaos erupts above. While most of us are distracted by the latest digital currencies, meme stocks, and market trends, the real power players, the ones who shape the world, are quietly watching gold, making moves behind closed doors. Gold enforces discipline. Governments can't simply print more of it to fund endless spending sprees. It's a check on reckless behavior, a reminder that resources are limited. By convincing the public that gold is outdated or irrelevant, those in power free themselves from accountability while quietly hoarding gold for their own security. The message is clear: gold is power, and those who understand this rule the game. The real question is, shouldn't we pay attention too? The BIS was born from crisis, created in 1930 to manage Germany's war reparations, but its noble mission quickly turned dark. During World War II, the BIS became the Nazis' banker, laundering looted gold from conquered nations and Holocaust victims. After the war, the world was outraged and called for the BIS to be shut down. Yet, as the Cold War began, leaders realized they still needed a secret financial backchannel. The BIS survived. Its shameful past swept aside. It became the perfect tool for secret deals, efficient, secretive, and beyond any government's reach. Despite its history, the BIS continued as the shadowy manager of the world's gold. Its power only grew, hidden from public scrutiny. The lesson in global finance: secrecy and utility trump morality. The BIS's dark legacy is the price of power, and it's still in business. After WWI, the world needed a new financial system. Enter Bretton Woods, 1944. The US dollar became the world's reserve currency, as good as gold, backed by America's vast reserves. But while the dollar took center stage, real gold moved quietly behind the scenes. The BIS became the private club for central banks to trade gold out of public view. Countries earned dollars but often traded gold claims through the BIS, easing pressure on US gold reserves. It was a two-tier system: public trust in the dollar, secret settlements in gold. The US printed dollars to fund wars and programs, while foreign nations trusted the gold promise. But the US printed more dollars than it had gold to back them. The world's biggest IOU was growing, and eventually, someone would demand payment. The stage was set for a reckoning. The illusion couldn't last forever, and it didn't. By the 1960s, the as good as gold promise was cracking. The US printed dollars freely, and other countries started demanding their gold. To keep gold at $35 an ounce, the US and European central banks formed the secret London gold pool. They dumped gold onto the market to suppress the price, a global market manipulation. For a while, it worked, but US spending on war and welfare flooded the world with dollars. The gold pool bled reserves as demand for real gold surged. France broke ranks, demanding its gold and sending warships to collect it. By 1968, the gold pool collapsed. Central banks lost control. The dam broke, and the Bretton Woods system was doomed. The free market had won. The world was about to change. The collapse of the gold pool was the final straw. Countries lined up to swap dollars for gold, draining U.S. reserves. On August 15, 1971, President Nixon stunned the world. The U.S. would no longer exchange dollars for gold. The Nixon shock ended Bretton Woods. Currencies became fiat, backed by nothing but government decree. Nixon called it temporary, but it became permanent. The world entered a new era, money unanchored from gold. The solution? The petrodollar. The U.S. struck a deal with Saudi Arabia to price oil in dollars, creating artificial demand. The dollar's new backing was oil, not gold. This move saved the dollar's dominance, but changed money's nature forever. Gold was declared obsolete, publicly. But central banks never stopped treating it as the ultimate asset. The real game continued in the shadows, and gold's power endured. If gold is obsolete, why does the U.S. claim over 100 tons, mostly in Fort Knox? Fort Knox is legendary, a fortress, but also a mystery. The gold hasn't been fully audited in over 70 years. Calls for a transparent audit are always denied, fueling speculation. Some say the gold is all there. Others believe it's been leased out or replaced with IOUs. The wildest theory: the vaults are empty. Without a real audit, no one knows. This uncertainty is powerful. So long as the world believes the gold is there, the dollar retains psychological strength. But secrecy creates cracks in global confidence. What if an audit revealed the vaults were empty? The foundation of global finance could crumble overnight. The truth remains locked away. Central banks hoard gold, but keep its price low with a modern trick. The paper gold market. Most people trade gold contracts, not real bars. An illusion of ownership. For every real ounce there are hundreds of paper claims. This keeps the price down and the system stable. Until it doesn't. If everyone demanded real gold at once, the system would collapse. There isn't enough physical gold to cover the promises. The price would skyrocket, and paper holders would be left with nothing. This is the reckoning the secret gold network fears most. History warns. Empires that trust paper over gold eventually fall. Are we listening?